This Memphis center is renowned for some crazy losses though. People are flexing on IG with pairs. They're, you know, my boy came through, this, that and the other. All the running shoes on the ground, boxes everywhere. Like, if they didn't have someone there helping them or turning a blind eye, they just need better security. Hey, what up and welcome to another episode of Creased. Now, if you remember a few months ago, right? Maybe even last year, I can't remember. There was a sneaker ring essentially exposed where someone was working at DHL, they were making duplicate labels, and basically they were the plug for early pairs. They were stealing a bunch of shit. The amount that they would have stole, crazy. This is on another level.
Oh, open door, you free. Cut tie ain't no back here, damn. Damn. Ooh, wee. Damn. Wow, look at this. Ooh. Nike shit here, bro.
Now, it's been pretty well known that in Memphis, shoes go missing. People, you know, would tell for years how, you know, you get in the train and do your thing. But the problem is, it seems like, almost like resellers, right? They have this come up, they're making money, it's cool, they tell too many people about it, and then they fuck it for themselves, because this is absolute chaos. Now, for it to be $800,000 worth missing, what's the total of stuff that's just damaged? Because some of the images that you see online, because sneakerheads being sneakerheads, they've gone to flex. They've gone straight to the gram. I'm telling you, these people will be caught very easily. Like, I saw an image, I'll pop it up here, where dude had like crazy amount of pairs of, you know, whether it be the cherry 11s that are meant to come out at the end of the year. And when they do an 11 for the holiday season, it's like a crazy amount of pairs, like 1 million pairs. Not all of that would be at Memphis. They have a couple different distribution centers in America, but that is one of the bigger ones. So the amount of pairs that would be going around is crazy. The other thing about this too, which it would have to be some sort of inside job. I mean, they're basically saying they've got cameras at the facility, but not at the back of the facility where they had these containers. I mean, that makes no sense. You got these containers on trucks, you got a little chain link fence, little clip. Like, how is it easier to steal $800,000 worth of shoes than it is to paint a train? You know what I mean? Like, certain yards have got drones, they got fucking sensors, they got all this type of stuff. Nike, $1 billion company, has a chain link fence and cameras at the front. Makes no sense to me. This Memphis center is renowned for some crazy losses though. We mentioned the one before. There was also a guy who stole 7,500 pairs of LeBron 12s. It was worth about 1.5 million. He just took off with a truck. Another person stole $150,000 worth of Air Max shoes. Now this, I mean, like, 800,000 is crazy, right? I mean, the 1.5 is crazy, but he just took off with a whole truck. This they've sifted through. So you think of what Nike does as a whole, like a broad spectrum. Sneakers, you know, hype, limited stuff that would be on the sneakers page. It's maybe about 30% of what they actually do. You know, you think of all the different sports, the clothing, they've sifted through for a long time to be able to get that much. And you can see the carnage everywhere. You can see, like, you know, $100 running shoes on the ground, boxes everywhere. Like, if they didn't have someone there helping them or turning a blind eye, they just need better security.
We top flight security of the world, Craig.
So first you have the trains, now you got the trucks. And all of it just seems, I don't know, Nike's gonna have to do something about this. I mean, yeah, they're $1 billion company, but 800,000, whether it'd be an insurance thing at this point, but 800,000 is still a crazy number. And it's not so much about the money, but these shoes take time to manufacture. So that's the cherry red 11s. I think I saw a black and silver metallic 6. I saw a bunch of different things. There was people just selling Air Force Ones, Dunks and other stuff as well. Jordan 1 lows. They weren't, you know, specifying, but they were dumb enough to put them on Facebook Marketplace. But these things take time to manufacture. So if they've got them now for December, it's going to be hard to replicate those numbers. So you might see, like, all the stock just goes to Asia and Europe and everywhere else in the world, and America gets like half the amount because they're already stolen. But what's crazy is too, Nike and StockX are going through a lawsuit right now. StockX have actually stopped the sale of these models that haven't come out yet. What's crazy about that is it almost seems like they're trying to get back in their good books. But if you think about it, 99.9% of early pairs are going to be stolen anyway. So why is it only when it's this large number? If someone is selling, let's say right now, one of the shoes that's coming out, meant to be like November, right? The Lost and Found Jordan 1. If they're on StockX, if they're on Goat, if they're anywhere else, they haven't released anywhere. So that's essentially a stolen pair. There's no other way around it. The only way that it wouldn't be would be if you were part of, say, the Nike or Jordan seeding program, whether you be an influencer, an athlete, celebrity, whatever, and you've got them. But even then, you're not selling them on StockX, are you? Some people may, but I doubt it. So they're doing it for these models, but no other models. I mean, it's something, right? The three main ones that I'm seeing unreleased Jordans are cherry red 11s, midnight navy 4s, and a black metallic silver 6. There's a bunch of stuff people are selling, like, you know, we mentioned Facebook Marketplace, StockX, everything, like, it's all on here. Some dude, like, reduced the price of some joints, so that just goes to show how many are probably floating around. Other people bought up, you know, the stock straight away and, you know, flexed on it. But see, this is the thing, right? IG, Facebook, all these type of things, you're basically giving yourself up. There was a point made by a couple YouTubers, I can't remember their names, I was doing a bit of research for this, but they basically said the people that get away with this type of thing, they hold on to it until release day and then sell it, right? Because there's no paper trail, there's no nothing. You got these shoes, you're still going to make your money. Yeah, I mean, usually an early pair you're going to get more money, but if you got that many pairs early, it's going to trigger alarm bells, right? So if you sit on it till around the release, maybe a little bit before, it's less dicey. You're not giving yourself up. But the people who have done this, whether or not it's them themselves that are posting on Facebook or they've sold it to other people, I don't know, but people are flexing on IG with pairs. They're, you know, my boy came through, this, that and the other. This is going to be a federal investigation. Like, this is grand larceny, I believe the term is in America. So, you know, theft over a certain amount, I don't even know what the amount is, but $800,000 worth. Super grand larceny. If you're dumb enough to get onto Facebook and like try selling them for like $100 and all this, get the quick flip, chances are like you've got that attached to your actual name. It's ridiculous. Now, like I said, I think Nike has to act. Like, this has been going on, you know, in the sort of back of minds of sneakerheads. We all kind of know. I follow a couple people from that area. They always got like early pairs, always. I could have bought the green Air Force One off-white joints a few weeks ago. I want to say they started popping up. There's some other ones. So this has been happening for a while. It's not a good look, and you've essentially now, even if you retrieve the stock, can you really, you know, you're not going to retrieve it all. I don't think you will retrieve it all, because people have sold some, they've done whatever, right? They've moved them by now. From the moment you're getting them, you're looking for customers. If you already know to do this, you've got bulk buyers. There'd be a few stupid mates that'll grab shit. People just whatever. So you're not gonna get everything back. As far as I'm aware, 3 prominent Jordan silhouettes, bunch of other stuff went missing. I mean, from this post here, it just seems like dude just grabbed whatever. And this is another thing when it comes down to the security, right? To move all that stuff, you would need like utes, trucks, vans, whatever. How is it you're just able to pull up to the back of Nike and do that?
It's small in here. Now you big in here.
Like back in the day, there was like a beer, a brewery. I think it held beer. I don't think they actually brewed it there, but it was somewhere like in Newcastle, right? It's quite well known that if you clip the fence, there was a hole in the shed, you could go in there and grab a case of beer. I myself never did it, heard plenty of times it did. It's not there anymore. This is kind of the same thing, right? But this is Nike. This is a $1 billion company. I mean, if they don't care, why should we? I know it's not our stock that's going to be affected unless they go, hang on a minute, Australia, New Zealand, like other smaller countries, essentially don't get their pairs of whatever because America needs them. If that's the case, that's ridiculous, because America needs to fucking behave. Like, we're not robbing factories of warehouses and that. So you make sure we get our pairs, Nike. But I don't know. This is crazy. I don't think we've heard the last from this. I think like some serious heads will roll. At the very least, put some cameras out the back, Nike. Like, what are you doing? Most houses these days have CCTV cameras in them. You know, enough to where if anything went down, like, you can see what happened. I don't know. We went from, you know, what seemed like, in my mind, the way it was described, you know, harmless fun, getting yourself a pair of shoes from the train, to now this. And yeah, look, the carnage left behind. See, this is the other thing. This is a point, right? If you had something going on, you shifted a few pairs, whatever, like 10, 20, whatever, chances are, like, it'll be noticed, but it's not so blatant, right? The mess they left here, like, it can be nothing else. I don't know if this video is taken by like a security guard the next day, like maybe he fell asleep and oh shit, what happened? I'm gonna lose my job. I ain't got a job. Be interesting to see if Nike's share prices went down or anything, but I don't know. What's crazy to me is, like, I'm not gonna say it was a sophisticated heist. The fact they're calling it a heist is crazy because literally they're just clipping a fence and chucking shit in the back. Like, the term ransacked was thrown around. That's probably more suitable. You just gotta wonder, man, to be able to sift through, they reckon it was like, was it 4 trailers? 20 trailers, 20 trucks they've sifted through, right? 20 trucks worth of stuff. We're looking at stock, we're looking at shoes, clothing, you know, sporting equipment, everything like that. To be able to get through everything would have taken hours. How many people was it? Like, it'd have to be crazy. The fact that, you know, to be able to move it all, the amount that are selling online. Maybe I should try and get an early pair. Nah, to be honest, those 3 styles really aren't that interesting to me. Maybe the Midnight Navy 4s, I don't know. We'll have to see. But for me, it just feels like, what's the point? All 3 of them. A lot of people are talking about the Cherry Red 11s that, you know, they're super keen for them. For me, I'm not a big 11 guy, and that colorway looks terrible to me. But this has been another episode of Creased. What do you guys think? Did you hear about this? Have you been seeing them online? Did you maybe order an early pair before StockX shut it down? Let us know in the comments. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and we'll be back twice a week. Peace.